In my family, I have 3 older siblings, 1 sister, 2 brothers, and then there's Jamar, the youngest. Before Jamar was born, I begged my parents to have another baby, because having 3 older siblings pick on you constantly isn't such a fun experience when you go through it alone. So I figured if my parents had another kid, my older siblings would get sick of picking on me and have to pick on him or her too. When Jamar was born, I loved carrying him, feeding him, playing with him, and surprisingly even changing his diaper. But as I got older, I started going to school, so I didn't get to do all those things with him as much as I did before. Although I was at school or at the after-school program most of the time, I still managed to finish all my homework and still have time to play with him. When Jamar started walking, I would walk with him around the front yard or we would play catch in the grass. After I finished the 6th grade, I started going to Highlands Intermediate for 7th grade. It wasn't that far from Jamar's school, so I would still walk to his school to pick him up. A couple weeks after he started the 1st grade, he began to lose a lot of weight within a couple of days. One day he was feeling really weak and he couldn't eat nor drink, and he couldn't stand or sit on his own. So my mother and I took him to the children's hospital. Couple of hours passed while waiting in the waiting room, and then finally the doctor came out. The doctor had told us Jamar's blood sugar was in the 600s, and if we hadn't brought Jamar in that day, we may have lost him. That was the day we found out Jamar was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. After Jamar was released from the hospital, it was kind of hard trying to get everything back on track. We had to make a complete agenda of what he has to do on a daily basis, which was to test his blood sugar when he wakes up, get an insulin shot, then eat, then repeat 4 times a day. It was hard for me to give him his insulin shots because I saw the pain he had in his eyes due to all the needles coming in and out of him. But as he grew older, he got used to it. When Jamar was able to go back to school, his teachers and classmates were informed about Jamar's diabetes. At first, kids would stare at him and ask so much questions about why he had to do this or why he couldn't eat that, and so much more. I remember him telling me he felt like an alien because he was the only one who couldn't stuff their face with sweets and whatnot. But then he soon realized that there was another little girl who had diabetes, and that maybe soon they'd become the best of friends, which they did. As of today, Jamar is in the 6th grade and is currently attending Mesa Verde Middle School. Although he was diagnosed with diabetes, he is blessed with the singing and dancing talent that God has given him. He is also blessed with the family and friends that love and support him. Not only has my little brother made a huge impact in my life, but he has also taught me a valuable lesson, which is, no matter what happens in life, keep fighting and do not let anything nor anything stop you. And this is why I consider Jamar Christopher Dudley my hero.